Have you ever met someone who made you feel small, invisible, or guilty, even when you did nothing wrong? Someone who always had to be the center of attention, who twisted every story to make themselves the victim, or who left you questioning your own reality? Chances are, you've encountered a narcissist. And in today's episode, we're going to break down what narcissism really is, the traits that define it, and why it's so important to recognize these patterns, not just in others, but sometimes even in ourselves. The word narcissist is everywhere today. People throw it around casually. Oh, he takes too many selfies, he must be a narcissist. But narcissism goes far deeper than vanity. Psychologists define narcissism as a personality trait, or in extreme cases, a disorder that revolves around a fragile sense of self, an excessive need for admiration, and a lack of empathy for others. In simple terms, narcissists crave validation like oxygen, but no matter how much they get, it's never enough. Imagine a cup with a hole at the bottom, you keep pouring water in, but it drains out instantly. That's the inner world of a narcissist. And here's the paradox. While they often appear confident, charming, or even powerful on the outside, underneath lies insecurity, emptiness, and fear of not being good enough. The signs of narcissism, how to recognize it. So, how do you actually recognize a narcissist in your life? Let's go through some of the most common traits, not in dry definitions, but in real-life situations. The need to dominate every conversation. You're talking about your day, maybe something important you've gone through. They immediately interrupt with their story. Somehow, it always circles back to them, their struggles, their victories, their opinions. The master of manipulation. Ever felt like someone twisted your words, made you doubt your memory, or guilt-tripped you into apologizing even when you did nothing wrong? That's gaslighting, a common tool narcissists use to control and confuse. The endless need for validation. Think about a colleague who gets upset if their ideas aren't praised, or a partner who constantly fishes for compliments. If they don't get admiration, they sulk, withdraw, or lash out. The lack of empathy, perhaps the most painful trait. They struggle, or refuse, to truly care about your feelings. If you're hurt, they might dismiss it, blame you for being too sensitive, or shift the focus back to their own problems. Not every narcissist looks the same. Some are loud and boastful, the stereotypical, look at me, type. Others are quieter, playing the victim, using guilt and pity to get what they want. But the core is the same, an inability to form genuine, balanced connections. The impact of narcissism, why it matters. Now you might be wondering, okay, but why should I care? Maybe that's just someone's personality. Here's why. Living with or working under a narcissist can silently erode your self-esteem. Over time, you start doubting yourself. You walk on eggshells, afraid of upsetting them. You question your worth because nothing you do ever feels enough. And that's exactly how they maintain control, by keeping you small, insecure, and dependent on their approval. Think about relationships. A narcissistic partner may shower you with love in the beginning, what's often called love bombing, only to later withdraw, criticize, or devalue you. It's an emotional rollercoaster that leaves many people drained, confused, and even traumatized. At work, a narcissistic boss might take credit for your successes, blame you for failures, and constantly push you past your limits, all while making you feel replaceable. Even in families, a narcissistic parent might demand obedience, invalidate your emotions, or use guilt to control you. And for a child, that's devastating. It shapes the way they see themselves for years to come. Why narcissism exists, a glimpse behind the mask. Here's something that often surprises people. Narcissists aren't born villains. Many grew up in environments where love was conditional, based on achievements, appearances, or obedience. To survive, they built a mask, a perfect, admired version of themselves that hides the hurt and fear inside. This doesn't excuse their behavior, but it helps us understand it. And understanding is the first step to protecting ourselves. So here's the takeaway. Narcissism isn't just about selfishness or arrogance. It's a deep pattern of behavior that can cause real harm to those around it. Recognizing it is crucial, because once you see the signs, you can stop blaming yourself, set boundaries, and start healing. And here's where we're headed next. In the following episode, we'll dive into the hidden damage narcissists leave behind, how being close to one affects your mental health, your confidence, and even your identity. If you've ever felt drained, belittled, or trapped in a relationship with someone like this, that episode is for you. Before you go, I want to hear from you. Have you ever dealt with a narcissist? maybe at work, in a friendship, or in your family. Share your story in the comments. Not only does it help you, but it may help someone else realize they're not alone.